So I had the privilege of featuring on Asteri's song titled Rain. And my role was supposed to be ijala chant, which is Nigerian Yoruba chants of appellations, and praises. Writing the piece was the first experience I had, because what I expected, what I thought I was going to help me, the tools that I had put together. I downloaded Yoruba Bible, I started reading Psalms, reading scriptures of, when God had expressed himself about how great he is, where other people in the Bible had talked about God's greatness. And I was hoping to be able to draw strength from there to express my own worship and my own praise, but then it didn't work. So I couldn't write anything until the day we were supposed to record. And I remember telling Floraka that I don't have anything in my head. I've done everything I think I should do, but then nothing is working. And he said, you need to picture yourself in the presence of God, trying to give him praise and saying what's on your mind, and also coming to understand that all the big things that you have cooked up still fall short of who God is. And so you need to sit down and drop all your weapons of war and let him teach you what to say. So I went that route. I blanked myself out of everything I thought I'd known before, and I just trusted God to speak to my heart and let me hear what he wants me to say on this song. And at that point, the streams opened and I began to write. I'd never written a Yoruba poem for God before. This is the first time, and it wasn't even difficult. I just trusted God that, okay, it's good to want to do everything professionally, but sometimes God just wants to prove to you that his strength is made perfect in your weakness. Sometimes he just wants you to know that it's not by power, it's not by might, it's by his spirit. So I needed to depend 100% on God to help me present, to help me express these things, and then to give my voice strength to carry what it is that I had written down. And that was it. I went into the vocal booth, and it wasn't as tough as I thought it was going to be. I recorded, it was beautiful, and the most important part of it was listening to the song, listening to the chant later, and then I was like, oh, what is that me? Like, whoa, I didn't expect my voice to sound that strong. As you listen to this song, I'm trusting God that it will take you on an experience like it had taken me. I had to question my worship. I had to question my service. I had to question how, sometimes we've come to a place where where worship had become mastery for some of us. We have mastered the art of, worshiping God, so to speak. We've mastered the art of saying some of these beautiful things. There's an attitude, how you say, Lord, I worship you, Lord, and then it just sounds so deep and all of that stuff. But when push comes to shove and life comes to test us, we find out that we cannot bring that same energy, that same expression into the situation that we're facing. And so sometimes I think we don't even need to pray or speak in tongues. It's good to speak in tongues, it's good to worship, it's good to do all of that stuff, but sometimes we need to just sit down and actually think. Sit down and actually question the things you say about him. Do you even understand those things? Are they true? Are they yours? Because the reason you can't say Atobiju, the God that is the greatest, but when your problem comes, you do not remember that he is the greatest, because those words were not yours in the first place. It was just mastery, it was just the music, it was just the goosebumps, it was just the feeling. And so you need to come to a place where you sit down and actually have that relationship and have that conversation with God and let him reveal himself to you in a way that your worship will be birthed out of that revelation. And so, it becomes real, it becomes yours. And then at that point, you can express it more. It becomes true. That Bible says we worship God in spirit and in truth. And so as you listen to this song, think, meditate, look at the words, question the words, question the lyrics, ask God questions, get a revelation, and refresh your relationship with God.